or one exercise. So, here f of x is given to be sin 1 by x if x is greater than 0 and 0 if x is less than or equal to 0. Recall earlier we had done for f x equal to sin 1 by x only. So, that we know that limit does not exist because of this, it is sin 1 by x, looks like this. But now what happens, this function is not exactly this that is picturized. For x greater than 0, this side it is alright, but the left side for x less than or equal to 0, the function is only this. So, that is a different function. On the right side it is like this, left side it is this way. So, now we are to find out whether the limit of f x exists as x goes to 0 minus, x goes to 0 plus and x goes to 0. That is whether the left side limit, right side limit and the limit exist or not. So, what we are going to do is think of first say right side limit. Now, limit of f x, x goes to 0 plus is limit x goes to 0 plus sin of 1 by x, and that we know earlier it does not exist because sin of 1 by x does not remain near any real number, it is varies between minus 1 to 1. But you can give the earlier argument, that is easy, say it remaining x is remaining near 0. So, we can think of x as if it is n pi to the power minus 1 for large n, and if you find out its limit sin of 1 by x, x equal to n pi inverse. So, it is sin of n pi, that gives you 0. But if you take near 0, the points like n pi by 2 to the power minus 1, they are also near 0, then you would get sin of n pi by 2, which will be 1, right. So, that means when x remains near 0, we do not get a limit, it neither stays near 0 always nor near 1 always. At these points it does not remain near 0, at these points it does not remain near 1. So, the limit does not exist, that is the right sided limit of this function at x equal to 0 does not exist. What about the left side limit? But left side limit for x less than or equal to 0, the function is 0, it is a constant function. So, that limit exists because it is f x equal to 0 there. Here all points x we are considering which are near 0, but less than 0. So, at those points f of x equal to 0, therefore, limit equal to 0. Left side limit exists and that is 0, right side limit does not exist. Therefore, limit of the function also does not exist, because otherwise both the limits should have existed and being equal, which is not the case. Okay. So, let us take next problem. Here we have this function also you had seen earlier, and something else we have to discuss now, because we have something more in our notion. So, earlier what we thought, that sin 1 by x is bounded by minus 1 to 1. So, this function f of x will be bounded by minus root x to root x. So, we may conclude that limit of f x is 0. However, there is something else we have to consider. To see that the limit is meaningful at all, we should have a deleted neighborhood of x equal to 0 that should be contained in the domain of f x. And here domain of f x does not include the negative numbers, because square root of x will not be defined for that. So, domain of x is only x is greater than 0, x equal to 0 also 1 by x is not defined. Therefore, the left side limit is not meaningful, because root x is not defined for x less than 0. It is defined only for x bigger than 0. Therefore, limit left side limit at 0 does not exist, or we would rather say it is not meaningful. Similarly, or because of that, the limit of f x also is not meaningful. So, the earlier conclusion we thought that it is bounded by this and by Sandwich theorem that goes to 0, that gives correct result, but only for whenever it is defined. whenever the concepts are meaningful. So, the same argument really gives that the right sided limit is 0, that is what we would get, but not the limit. So, we have to also consider whether these notions are at all applicable in a case or not. In this case, left side limit is not applicable at all, only right side limit is applicable, and that limit exists, it is equal to 0 for this function. Okay, let us take another exercise. So, we are required to evaluate x goes to 0 minus, that is the left side limit of this function root x minus square root of 5 x square plus 11 x plus 6 divided by x. So, as earlier the denominator now goes to 0, we have to see some way whether we can eliminate that possibility, right. So, what we do? We rationalize those squares, multiply with square root of 6 plus square root of 5 x square plus 11 x plus 6 on the numerator and denominator. So, numerator becomes square root of 6 square minus 5 x square plus 11 x 6. So, when you multiply, you would get this 6 and 6 gets cancelled. So, you get 5 x square plus 11, that becomes 5 x square plus 11 x on the top, and the down you have x multiplied by that root 6 plus that factor. Now, x gets cancelled. So, you get 5 x plus 11 here, of course, the minus sign remains. So, 5 x plus 11, here it is minus sign, yeah. So, it is minus of 5 x plus 11 divided by square root of 6 plus this expression. Now, the denominator limit does not go to 0, in fact, that becomes 2 root 6, it is root 6, the other one becomes 0. So, that is 2 root 6 and the top becomes minus 11. So, the limit left side limit of the function is minus 11 by 2 root 6. Okay. So, let us consider next problem. Here we want to evaluate the limits and one sided limits of this function. That is 3 things we have to consider: left sided limit, right sided limit and the limit if possible at x equal to minus 1. So, when x remains near minus 1, to what value this function remains near, that is the question. Okay. So, let us consider the left side limit. So, left side limit means x will be negative, let us say from we take some neighborhood conveniently, say minus 1 to 0, let us say x varies between that. Then this says x plus 1 is bigger than 0. So, mod of x plus 1 equal to x plus 1, because of mod is there. So, that is why we are doing this. So, x plus 1 mod equal to x plus 1. So, that cancels and you get function as square root of minus 2x, that is the function. That means, when you consider the left side limit of f of x, it is enough to consider square root of minus 2x. Okay. So, now that is for the left side limit. So, what will happen to the left side limit then? So, it will be minus 2 and x is remaining minus 1 and that should be equal to root 2, that is right. So, this is really minus side, right, it is left side. Now, when x is less than minus 1, oh no, we have taken x to be bigger than minus 1, I see, it is not at the point 0, but at minus 1, we are concerned the limit at minus 1. So, we have considered a neighborhood of minus 1, this neighborhood. So, that is to the right of minus 1. Okay. So, this one must be that is correct, x tends to, it is the left side limit, x goes to minus 1 minus x is bigger than minus 1. So, it was correct earlier that x goes to minus 1 plus. So, in that case of course, the limit does not change, it is root 2. Now, what about the left side limit? Once we consider left side limit at minus 1 not at 0. So, we are considering x to be here less than minus 1. So, in that case x plus 1 will be less than 0, minus 1 goes. So, x plus 1 is less than 0. Since x plus 1 is less than 0, mod of x plus 1 is minus of x plus 1. So, this is really minus of x plus 1. So, x plus 1 and minus of x plus 1, that factor getting cancelled, we get minus of minus root 2 x. So, that means basically we are what we are doing, that if you take minus 1 here, on the left side f x is minus square root of minus 2 x, on the right side it is square root of minus 2 x, all the while x is remaining negative, right. So, we are not requiring, or we do not need even to go beyond this 0. We need some neighborhood, even smaller than this is okay, but if you look at 0, it will be convenient to find the inequalities. Okay. So, with this f of x, we see that the right side limit will be here, x goes to minus 1. So, that gives you minus 2 minus 1 square root of 2. And when you take the left side limits, it will be again minus 1. So, it will be minus 2 times minus 1, but minus sign is outside. So, that gives you minus root 2, right. So, for this function f x, as x approaches minus 1, we have left side limit as minus root 2 and right side limit is plus root 2. Therefore, the limit does not exist when x goes to minus 1. Okay. So, let us see one more. We are required to find the limit of sin 3 x into cot 5 x divided by x times cot 4 x as limit x goes to 0. So, again the problem is the denominator becomes 0, but not so quickly, it is not defined, but x goes to 0, that much is sure. Okay, let us see whether we can simplify it. So, sin 3 x into cot 5 x divided by x times cot 4 x, we can convert it to all sin and cos. That gives sin 3 x as it is, cot 5 x we are writing cos 5 x divided by sin 5 x, and on the denominator we have cot 4 x, which is cos 4 x on the denominator, and numerator goes sin 4 x. So, that is what it looks. Our idea is to use our limit sin x by x when x goes to 0. So, to do that we need sin 3 x by 3 x, because if that is the new variable t equal to 3 x, it will be in the form sin t by t. So, we write in that form, say sin 3 x divided by x, we had sin 3 x by x. So, that we are writing as 3 sin 3 x by 3 x, 1 3 is multiplied on the numerator and denominator. Next we look at sin 4 x. So, sin 4 x similarly what we do? We write sin 4 x by x first. So, 4 gets cancelled, sin 4 x by x, 1 x is divided, 1 x is multiplied here 5 x and it is sin 5 x. So, it is 5 cancels, x divided by sin 5 x, and the remaining is cos 5 x divided by cos 4 x. So, now you can see whether it is same as the earlier, 3 gets cancelled, 4 gets cancelled, 5 gets cancelled. Next x gets cancelled. So, you read on the top sin 3 x sin 4 x, sin 3 x sin 4 x, and the bottom it is x times sin 5 x, x times sin 5 x, and the remaining is cos 5 x by cos 4 x. Now, I think we can take the limit. So, this shows that 3 sin x by 3 x, that is 1, sin 3 x by 3 x, that is 1. It is if you take 3 x equal to t. So, it gives limit of t goes to 0 sin t by t, that is 1. So, the whole limit becomes 3. Similarly, here sin 4 x by 4 x, that becomes 1. So, it is 4, and similarly here it becomes 5 sin 5 x by sin 5 x. So, that again goes 1. So, you get 1 by 5, and cos 5 x, that becomes 1, cos x as x goes to 0, cos 4x also is 1. So, that is just 1. You get 3 into 4 into 1 by 5 or 12 by 5. So, some rewriting of this sort may be required in some of the problems. Let us go to next problem. Here we are asked not to just to evaluate limit, but something else using the properties of functions. Suppose it is given that f is an odd function, that is f of minus x equal to minus f of x. Okay. And it is known that the right side limit of f x when x is near 0 is equal to 5. So, can we do something about the left side limit of f x at x goes to 0? That is the question. Well, we have to obviously use the property of an odd function. Now, f is an odd function. So, f of minus x equal to minus of f of x. So, when you take f of x, x goes to 0 minus, that is same thing as limit of f of minus t, t goes to 0 plus, and then f of minus t we can rewrite as minus f t, right, f of minus t equal to minus f t because it is odd. So, you are finding out this, taking this negative sign out, you are finding limit of f of t, t goes to 0 plus, which is given as 5, therefore, the answer is minus 5. For an even function, something else might happen, it may not be correct, right, because it is even, you get f of minus equal to f of x. So, this one becomes f of x, there is no minus sign, it will be the same as that. Okay. So, let us stop here.